Hi, everybody.
Happy Monday.
Happy day after Easter.
Happy day. Happy April Fool's Day.
How
many of you are on social media right now falling for all of the fake news dropping today? Like Lisa Vanderpump coming back to the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Or I don't know what else is going on, but I know that today is going to be a big day of foolish news.
It was definitely
foolish news.
So Jason and I are walking on the beach, right? Actually, we were just leaving the gym. Then walking. It doesn't matter. The point is, I said to Jason, I said, we have to get home. And he's like, why? I said, Lisa Vanderpump is rejoining the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. And he said, Adam, do you remember what today is? And I said, yeah, Monday. He goes, no, April Fools. And I was like, fuck.
April Fools. Why in God's green earth would Lisa Vanderpump come back to the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills when today she has a show premiering, Vanderpump Villa? Like, I don't think she needs Housewives anymore. So that's fake news.
She doesn't need Housewives, but I thought it sounded good. Anyways, point is, happy April Fools, guys. I see new members. I see a lot of things. This is going to be a lot of fun this month, April. Jason and I have a lot happening. As you guys know, we haven't been on live since we went and got our house in Charleston. So we're done with that. We're about to start decorating it and moving and kind of just changing up our schedule a little bit throughout the month of April. But we also have a lot of big surprises coming your way.
A lot of big surprises,
I'm really
a lot of big announcements and fun things. So I'm excited. Yeah. And we will be doing a members sooner than later. So I'm excited for that too. But where are we starting today? Because there are a lot of topics to cover, which I'm really excited about. Because when you don't tell me what we're covering and then I sit down, I get really excited because it's like a surprise.
Well, surprise. We're starting with Sloppy Joe or Sloppy James, depending on how you want to call this.
Oh, God.
Thank you to Byway Hello Drama. So James Kennedy apologizes for a Sloppy Joe merch after... Look at Allie's face in this video. Allie is so mad. So he put Sloppy Joe. There's something about her.
Oh, my God.
Oh, God.
I mean, this kind of thing just doesn't work anymore. You know what I mean? It's funny, but it's like, it's a little too like, so James he just posted being at the Vanderpump Villa premiere, right?
Right.
And he has this shirt, looks like Prada, but it says pasta.
I saw that.
I love that. That's like funny. That's, this could be a little maybe like bullyish. No?
Really?
No?
No, I thought, well, hold on. Let's see.
All right, guys. Allie's got something to say.
Sorry about my sloppy James. I did not approve this message or the t-shirt.
She didn't approve the t-shirt. I've already boosted the post somehow, so I can't delete it. But I'm sorry, and I love Joe. Like, nothing against her. I just thought it was a funny joke.
And you're going to split the...
Yeah. I'll split the dough with Joe. All right, guys.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Okay. Well, you said, where are we going to start? So I wanted to start with Sloppy James.
He is James is like one of those like TV kind of personalities, villains that's just so he doesn't care and he's not going to ask for forgiveness.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Ever.
He's just like, this is fucking funny. This is what I'm going to do and say. And it just happens. So it's funny.
Well,
it's not funny, but it's funny.
It's not funny, but it's funny, but it's not. Okay. So since we're on the whole Vanderpump Rules thing, obviously there was a huge announcement. For those of you guys, a lot of people wouldn't know this, but Sarah Hyland, who was on Modern Family, she was the host of Love Island, right? Jason used to take acting classes with her, actually.
I know, way back in the day,
which is crazy.
Yeah.
And look where she is, and look where we're at. But she was hosting Love Island. She was hosting Love Island, and I think that it was something that may have. Actually, I don't know. Let me just preface it by saying this. Jason thinks that she had another job or a bigger project to work on and the schedule's conflicted. But her message based off of it, it kind of seems like she was a little disappointed. She said, hold on, I'm going to bring it up right here too. Well, just got the text. I'm disappointed the news had to break this way, but it is in fact true that I will not be returning to the island this summer. I have committed to an exciting project. So she's disappointed, but she committed. That will be announced soon. That conflicts directly with shooting dates for Love Island USA. While I'm sad I can't return, I hope to see lots of love this summer on Peacock this upcoming season.
This was kind of what I speculated, though, right? Sarah Hyland, like I was just watching her, the reruns they have on Modern Family that come on all the time.
Right.
And I'm rewatching it. I'm like, this was so brilliant. She's brilliant. I'm sure she has a lot of projects that she's up and coming on. I mean, hosting Love Island is, I guess, a big deal, but
it was $1 million payday. So now
it's a
Ariana
big
just
payday.
nagged it.
That's crazy. You know what's really crazy is when we had Sheena on the podcast, and I don't want to like, I'm not shit talking anyone here, Adam. You always smile like I'm going to say something bad. I love Sheena, but I'm just saying, if she was mad about Dancing with the Stars, one of the things that Sheena told us on our interview was that she wants to kind of pivot into hosting and entertainment hosting, like hosting Dancing with the Stars or hosting like an E-News kind of thing, right? And then now we have another reason for Sheena to even be more envious of Ariana, because now Ariana is taking this hosting position on a TV show, which is exactly what Sheena wanted to do.
By the way, though, I don't think that you're saying anything bad, because at first I was like, let me kind of just digest what you're saying for a second. Give me my chill phone.
No.
But Sheena, you're not saying anything that she hasn't already admitted to. She said two things can be true at the same time, which one is that she is very happy and proud of her friend. And two is she is a little envious. And you're right. She did mention the hosting gig, but this is $1 million gig, right? So she gets $1 million plus per season. I don't know what the rest of the contract looks like. And what's really just wild to me is thinking about Chicago, the payday for Chicago alone and Love Island that she's going to complete within, each one's probably about 3 months. So 6 months total of working in 2024 is going to pay off that entire Hollywood house that she has.
That's crazy.
Cash.
That's
like,
great.
Wild.
It's smart. And you know what? It looks like she's saying yes to everything. And that's the way to be successful, not be, whatever. If those opportunities are coming your way, regardless of what it was, I mean, it was Scandival that led her here into this and gave her all of these opportunities, from Dancing with the Stars to Chicago, now Love Island hosting.
Yeah.
But she's saying yes to everything. And I think that's really important, because she has an opportunity now to kind of pivot on reality TV for 10 plus seasons. She was part of the whole Scandival thing. And, I'm not saying like she's amazing or whatever. I'm just saying there are reasons that she's put in these positions. And then you get the Dancing with the Stars, and then coming off of Dancing with the Stars and going straight into a Broadway show, and going into Love Island, it just hasn't stopped. So I wish her the best, because, she's playing it the right way. You're only as good as your last project. So.
Okay. So my next question for you is, with the Sheena tracking thing, now so many people are coming forward. And first of all, Ariana said that she believes Sheena ended up coming out and saying that she was tracking over 56 people because she had to, as if it was like something that was bad. And I said, no, I don't think that that's right, because it's not like Sheena can go out of her way and sneak and track your phone. When you track somebody, they have to approve it.
Yeah, it's like Find My Friends, or on the Find.
Do you track anyone?
You and I have each other's location.
No, we don't.
Yeah, we do.
No, we don't.
Adam, we do.
Do we?
Yeah.
Oh.
You just told me I can see where you are yesterday, so I don't know why you're pretending that you don't have my location now all of a sudden. But like, there are people I wish I had, like maybe a very close friend, best friend, my mom. I should have her on my thing. But 56 people, I don't even know if I can count my friends on. I have like 10 really good friends. I would want to know where they were at, but 56, I don't care.
Yeah. Well, and then Tom Sandoval said, what's fucked up about this is when Scandival and everything was happening, I was trying to have certain friends be there for me, and they wouldn't actually be there for me because they knew that Sheena was tracking their phone and that she could see their location. So they were afraid to be anywhere that I was.
Interesting.
I mean, I would have never thought about that.
Then just stop sharing location, Just stop sharing.
I mean, I feel like it's pretty simple.
It is.
Yeah. Okay.
It is.
Now moving on, there was something else that I wanted to talk to you about. The Valley. So I can just get out of all of this together.
Okay.
All right. So
The Valley I'm enjoying.
Jax
so far, by the way. I don't know how the live chat feels here, but definitely enjoying The Valley.
I'm going to see.
Didn't expect that.
We still have the cast photos. Oh no, I took her down. Michelle Lawley. Do you remember her?
Yep.
She's the one all the way to the right next to her husband in the blue. So apparently the drama that's coming up this week is that she is going to be labeled by Kristen, I believe, as a racist and a Republican.
Ooh. Okay.
First of all, I really think that it's kind of, and maybe it's just me. I think like if you want to out somebody because they're actually a racist, then I think that's appropriate because people should know if somebody actually hates a certain sort of person, no matter
Yeah.
who you are. And then also the political thing, I think that that's like played out. I feel like that should not be an issue on Bravo. It's like whoever she votes for, who gives a shit? That's none of your business.
Yeah, it's the way the world is right now. Everyone is so divided that everyone uses that now as kind of a, I don't know, a way to like cancel somebody or whatever, you know.
Right.
But I mean, that shouldn't be in this situation. But when you call someone a racist, that is such a huge allegation,
Right.
you know. And no offense to anyone, but it's always the white girl who's calling someone else a racist.
Well,
You know what I mean? It really is. No offense. I didn't mean to get in trouble here, but it's kind of the truth.
I'm thinking of somebody in LA.
I'm thinking of a few people in LA.
Okay. All right. No, but with that, this season of The Valley, you know, I found it funny because a lot of people have been asking me, whether it's in comments or in DMs or whatever, how am I liking it? The one complaint that I have, which I think that this is going to be a good show, but I just listened to a clip from When Reality Hits, which is Jackson Brittany's podcast. And in the clip, they're arguing back and forth because he's like, when I made this show, and she's like, we made this show. He's like, no, I made you go ask certain people, but like I came up with everything. And she's like, no, I can't stand you. We did this together. And then he said he was going through in the same podcast episode talking about when he was relentless, telling everybody about Kristen's baby journey and also asking Alex to come to boys' night, right? He's pre-producing and it's so obvious, which makes it kind of a mess, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, 2 episodes, right? We were in 2 episodes, and I can see how you feel. That's the only thing you have wrong with it?
I just don't like
the little bit of pre-production.
So far, yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. I do see the potential in the show, though.
Yeah.
You know, with the familiar faces, with this guy we all just love to hate watch sometimes. You know what I mean? He's a great villain. As I told you last time, I think when we were recapping it last week, the most like kind of wallflower we have on the show is Brittany, I think.
Yeah.
You know, so
yeah.
I mean, so far. I mean, we don't know where this is going yet, but I see the potential. I see the potential of the Vanderpump, you know, extended family coming in, some coming in as full-time cast members. I think it's just a great like hangout show where, oh yeah, they were on Vanderpump Rules, but these people were not. But then now those Vanderpump Rules people now have families and stuff. It just makes it, I don't know. There's something interesting about it because we're never going to see them back at the restaurant with Lisa Vanderpump. So we're still invested in some of these characters, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what's going to take us to keep watching the show, I think.
Right.
I think
If they
there's
pop out,
potential.
yeah.
There's potential.
All right. So we're going to move back over to New York really quick because I wanted to ask you another question. And this time it's about the cast of RHONY. I don't know if you saw the announcement.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What were your thoughts about the announcement?
I think it's great. I think we're going to see some cameos by some older housewives, some OG New York housewives. I think we're going to see cameos.
Right.
I think this is just a prediction.
I don't think we're going to, unless it's Dorinda.
I think we might see a cameo or 2.
Okay.
Just from some old OGs. And I think the cast is a really, really diverse and eloquent and fun. It just takes time. When you get rid of those big personalities, I don't know if you guys listened to Caroline Stanbury's podcast, Uncut and Uncensored. She had Aaron Leachy on the show, and it's really interesting from hearing about Aaron's perspective of being the first timer on the show, having all this pressure from the ladies before
to
have a good show. Well, she was just saying, I wish you would see more. You know, she said that the OGs used to go out all the time, have events and do stuff like that. And she said there was so much you didn't see that I think you're going to get that this season.
Sweet.
Which would be great. But I think now is a very opportune time. If we are going to add in maybe some formers,
they're not.
This would be it.
Well, unless it's like they're going to an event and they rub elbows with that person, they're not adding any former people in. But by the way, Andy Cohen and the network had to beg Jenna Lyons to stay as like a part of the cast. And she drew her line in the sand and negotiated into her contract what?
That she's not going to show her relationship.
Yeah.
So.
And I think she also said with her son.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. And usually drawing the line in the sand like that
Can get you fired.
can get you fired or removed, like kind of a friend of. You're not showing, your whole relationship. I mean, this was the complaint for a lot of people.
But I think what it is it's like kind of the equivalent of what Candy brings to Atlanta. Like she brings pop star, right?
Yeah.
But for Jenna Lyons, she brings like that upper level of like, oh, now we're in the fashion industry. We're like, she's going to the fashion houses. She's going to fashion week. She's going to like, it's not like Alex McCord who came in with Simon and his red, ugly leather pants. It's like, she's legit. She's cool. She's a lesbian.
She's cool.
There's
She's
like a lot
nuanced. She's successful. She runs a big company, and she's, I don't want to say quite a bit older, but she's in almost like a different generation than the other ladies.
She would have been
without
in the other,
looking. Yes, she
the
would have been
last
in the other
generation.
cast, and I think that's interesting too. So I was a fan of the new cast. I know a lot of people weren't, but I would love to see where this cast is going to go. I think we just barely broke the ice before they finished.
And you loved Erin Leachy.
I love Erin Leachy. I
Yeah.
think she's amazing in person and also on the show.
Didn't we run into her husband on the elevator?
Yeah.
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 Okay.
He's cool.
So is it fair though?
Is it fair? No, because usually you require everyone to do the same thing, right? Now we're playing like favored nations a little bit. It's like, well, for Jenna Lyons, we can do this, and that, right? So
That's showbiz, honey.
that's showbiz, though. I mean, like, this is what I say all the time. If you're going to go on reality TV and you're offered something and you don't have like an agent, a lawyer, anything like that to kind of look it over for you, that's on you. So if Jenna said, I'll come back to the show, here's where I'm drawing my line. I'm going to let my agents negotiate. Good for her.
Yeah.
It is the business, but I do think you're going to start to run into more problems like this moving forward because they're going to all point at Jenna Lyons and be like, well, she can do that, so why can't I? Right?
Well, let me make sure these come up. YouTube alerts for Up and Adam bring a smile to my face. Hey, thank you so much.
Thanks, Polly.
Thanks, Polly. And also thank you for gifting the 5 Up and Adam membership.
Hey.
By the way, guys, we're about to
Thank you.
over the next, again, we said we have a lot of fun things coming up. Our members are going to get big discounts on our big new fun thing coming up. So
You cannot keep your mouth shut about
I
anything. Kate. It's so
know.
funny. We spend so much time working on something. It's been months. We've been working on this one thing that's about to launch pretty soon. And the only thing I ask is just keep it quiet.
I did
Keep
say
it
what
quiet
it was.
until it releases. And then we can talk about it. That's so funny.
I'm literally that asshole that like gives you a Christmas present, says open it. Oh my God, it's an Xbox. And like I want to beat you to it.
Yeah, and
before
it's like 3 days before Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that is you.
Okay. Now, based off of what I'm hearing, Uba also wanted to hide her new man, and they told her no. So Jenna gets to hide her girlfriend. Uba doesn't get to hide her man.
Didn't she have her man last season though?
Yes. And she hit him.
And she hit him.
Mhm.
So maybe that's kind of the deal breaker. No? Was Jenna with her new partner last season? I don't think so.
No.
Or just started to see someone.
I think she
can't
just
remember.
started to say,
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, everybody's saying spill the tea. Oh my God, Adam, you're just like my husband. Duct tape, Jason. Get out the duct tape. No. Okay. But now moving on from RHONY. Can you get off my thing? Thank you. I'm going to move on from RHONY. I don't know if you saw this, but I have to go down back over to the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
Lord.
Anne-Marie Wiley is getting in a few last-minute words when it comes to her now former co-stars. Did you see what she said about Crystal?
No. I can only imagine the stuff coming out of Anne-Marie's mouth now that she is not coming back to the show.
Well, did you see what her husband said about her?
No.
Okay. So
I'm lost on Anne-Marie. I couldn't even pay attention to her on the show, let alone off the show.
this is technically, I'm going to read to you what her husband wrote.
Okay.
Because he went on X, formerly known as Twitter, and blasted Crystal and Garcelle. Look at these bullshitters opening up Pandora's, meaning Pandora's box.
Pandora's, yeah.
Crystal knows damn well my wife is not a Trump supporter, but even if she was, who the hell are you to politically please her? Crystal also knows her virtue signaling ass shouldn't be saying the N-word in videos, a word I don't even use. But she has. Worse, she doubles down on dumb by implying to my wife that she has to vote who she has to vote for since she's black. Hashtag Crystal Biden. And Garcelle puts the con in confused. Acts pro-black, but stays hating on black women in a desperate attempt to stay fancy on a show with no blacks. Let's be real, my wife wasn't good on Housewives. Personally, I'm glad she's off the show. She was a horrible fit. We all saw it, and it was obvious why. It's impossible to truly know how fake you have to be to actually be a real housewife.
I mean, at least he can admit that it wasn't a good fit. Right?
I mean,
I don't personally listen. Like,
can you imagine? Yes, my wife was horrible at Housewives, but you know what? That's not the fucking point.
It's so crazy to me that we villainize now like people's beliefs. It goes to politics, religion, anything nowadays. If you don't fit in someone else's bubble, they yell at you. I mean, I don't know why did she start the rumor of her being a Trump supporter?
Maybe
evidence of that?
Maybe she is a Trump supporter. This goes back to the political thing, though.
Like, it really does.
Like this is
I
not
feel like
part of the show.
You know, like for me, I'm not for anybody because I really am so in the middle on so many things. But I do have to say it should stay out of television because you know half the country thinks one way and half the country thinks the other way. And what we're really trying to do is come to some sort of medium in the middle. But that's not going to happen if you keep reprimanding people because of their beliefs. That's almost just like being racist.
Name them.
I'm just saying, like, okay, you believe this, you're this, you know, or you have that skin color, you're that. That's awful. It's terrible.
So this is her husband, Marcellus, right?
Mm-hmm.
Former NFL, beautiful couple, right?
They're a beautiful couple.
And he's saying that the thing is like the man is known to be very vocal about his opinions. He has a podcast. He says whatever he wants. He says what he believes, right? He's not afraid of doing that. So let's just establish that really quick. He's been very vocal on, you know, like sports and trans in sports. And he's had a lot of those conversations.
Which is going to be different. And I just want to say this too. It's going to be, you know, professional athletes are going to have different opinions on that than maybe a normal person.
Right.
You know, or a trans person, you know? So I think that it's okay. Everyone can kind of have their own ideology about that.
My thing is with him, you know, having those conversations, and then, you know, you're saying that she is voting for Trump or whatever. It's like, so if she, like, some might say that having that opinion that he has about different communities entering other communities within sports, that could be an extreme opinion. Saying that she is a Trump supporter could be an extreme opinion. Like, everybody's guilty here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, everybody's guilty of just running their mouth too much. But at the end of the day, I feel like for him, like, it looks more shitty on him because let the girls hash it out.
I just have to say, it's so funny that the two most, I don't want to say boring. Is there another word for boring?
Dull
women on the show are just hashing it out right now. So let them hash it out.
You think Crystal Kung Minkoff is dull?
I think I think she would be the perfect friend of.
I think she would make a great friend.
I think she'd be a great friend of, but you know,
you can't make the director of Lion King's wife a friend of.
Why not? I'm confused.
You just can't. You just can't. So now
I do like Crystal though. There are great moments that she has I like, and I think the longer she's on TV, the better she's getting. Housewives is such like a gladiator ring, and I'm learning that more and more and more. It's like you really have to stay. Do you guys? I don't know if this is even going to touch on this audience at all, but a long time ago, what did they call it? The World Wrestling Federation. This is how I knew I was gay. I used to love watching these men just wrestle each other, right? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But they had this thing called the Royal Rumble. And every like 15 minutes or 5 minutes, you get another person that comes in the ring. But then once you get out of the ring, you're out, you know? And I feel like that is what Housewives is. It's like they throw new ones in the ring, and then whoever can last, great. And then sometimes you have your little side cheerleaders, the friends of, you know, seeing if they can make it in the ring.
Why did they not make a Housewives Royal Rumble?
I don't know.
Like,
I think that's the Ultimate Girls Trip kind of thing. It's like, these are the ones who lasted. We're gonna put them on Ultimate Girls Trip or something.
Half the time, 2 out of 4 of the series of Ultimate Girls Trip is the Ex-Wives Club. So it's the very opposite. It's the ones who did not last.
Whatever. I like Crystal. I just say she would have made a great friend of, and then we could have introduced her as a housewife. But now she's there and she's not going anywhere. She's getting better and better. So leave her there. That's all I was saying. But out of everyone on the cast, they would be the two most dull.
Do you think, by the way, if you could keep one of the two, Anne-Marie or Crystal, who would you keep?
Crystal. That's not even a fight. I feel like Anne-Marie biting back a little bit is just kind of to keep the attention going on the show. You know, like, well, maybe I can come back. You know, who knows? But I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so.
I'm going to bring up this next thing for you because,
oh Lord,
yeah, I'm sorry.
I already see what this is, and I apologize.
Yeah, it's Mrs. Teddi Mellencamp. Okay, so I don't know if you guys saw this or if Jason saw this, but Teddi Mellencamp was going back and forth. What is going on with this photo? Teddi Mellencamp was going back and forth with Dr. Wendy Osefo, and it started here. Dr. Wendy, hope you're well. Your reunion performance should definitely be taught in Housewives 101. Would you be able to come on 2 T's in a pod with me and Tamara next Tuesday, March 7th? We'd love to chat with you.
This is March 1st, 2023, by the way.
Just bumped into your husband walking down the hall, BravoCon. Come on the pod today. We have a suite that we're podcasting from at Four Seasons. Yeah, we know. We saw that suite.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we went to that, which was a very smart idea, to have a party right before BravoCon starts, invite all the ladies, pull them into the room for 5 to 10 minutes while the party is going on, and podcast your life away. I mean, you got to give it to them there.
Yep. And then Teddi ended up coming back because I guess after this happened, Dr. Wendy Osefo referenced it because recently Teddi and Tamara have been covering the Real Housewives of Potomac, and they said Dr. Wendy Osefo needs to be fired. And Dr. Wendy posted
They've called a lot of people to be fired, by the way.
I know.
It's like, you can't just do that.
I know.
You know?
Fire
you should
her.
be fired now.
So
all right, Teddi.
They were saying that she should be fired. And then she came back with that screenshot from Teddi and said, oh, wow, you were trying to get my attention, huh? Hashtag giving Karen or something like that. And then there was Teddi Mellencamp who came back and said something to the effect of, what are you talking about? I DM'd you literally last reunion. Did you notice that the DM stopped? And the DM stopped because I thought that you were horrible this season. And also with your 4 degrees, you think you'd be able to come up with something better than it's giving Karen.
Wow. Look at Teddi go.
Look at you go, Teddi. You grew a pair.
She got on a new horse. That's good.
Whose horse?
A high horse.
I think that Teddi might think that she's Tamara.
You know what? I think maybe Teddi is kind of a reflection of those she's around. So it didn't really work with Housewives because you had so many housewives. You would think that Teddi would become a housewife, and she never did.
She
really
was like,
become a good housewife.
She was like the Dorit's accent of Housewives.
But I think she has a safety net with Tamara. And I've said this so many times, and I know you hate me for saying it. I do enjoy their podcast. Teddi and Tamara. 2 T's.
No, I enjoy their podcast.
I even enjoyed Teddi on the podcast.
Don't say that I get mad at you for saying that. I enjoy the podcast.
He gets mad at me for saying
no,
that.
I do not get mad at him. I enjoyed the podcast. I didn't lie to you, Tamara.
You know what's really funny is I actually think, going back to it, because when we were at BravoCon and we were at that party.
Yeah.
What are you going to hit me with this chill pill foam thing?
I'll bop you on the head.
It's like broken anyway.
Because I didn't chill.
When we were there, though, there was such an opportune moment. Even Tamara was trying to get you to talk to Teddi.
I said okay.
Yeah, no, it would have been great. I really think that you guys should have an episode. You should do an interview with Teddi. I just want to see how that goes.
I don't want to do an interview with Teddi.
I guess what would you ask? All right, moving on.
Okay,
moving on. Oh, Wendy Osefo, though. Why do they think that she should be fired so bad?
They think that she had a shitty performance this season.
Well, that's why they fired Teddi.
And Tamara.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay. Well, on top of that, too, I have learned a lot this week. Like, there is the possibility of walking down the sidewalk in New York City and getting punched in the face.
No, I did hear about that.
Okay.
Yeah, and that is a very...
Do you remember when we were living there what the fad was, what people were doing? Because I remember, because it scared the hell out of me.
I don't think so.
People were running, like kids were running past people and they were filming it and they were bopping people on the head with hammers.
That's right. Yeah.
Like, is that not with a fucking hammer? A hammer.
A hammer.
Like I'm not talking about like a chill pill or like even a cup. Or one time my stepbrothers got into a fight and the other one broke a glass of milk over the other one's head. Like a hammer?
Crazy.
You know?
Crazy.
Anyways, I don't know. So just to kind of clear this up really quick, nobody believes that this actually happened to Bethenny Frankel. In fact, it's quite the opposite. Everybody thinks that she's lying because there was a new trend on TikTok called the knockout game. And then as soon as Bethenny saw it and that it was trending, she said, wait, this just happened to me a couple of months ago, but I was too embarrassed to talk about it on here, which really, I feel like she's not too embarrassed to talk about anything. She talks about going to the bathroom.
In fact, I think if she got punched in the face, I'm not taking it away from her or anything, but we know how she likes to jump on the TikTok bandwagon, that she would have said it right away. I'm surprised if she didn't get punched in the face, why she didn't have her phone up in front of her face already, because that's what Bethenny Frankel does. So that's interesting.
And also why she wouldn't have kind of said, hey guys, be on the lookout if you're in this area.
Yeah.
You know?
That's a great point too. I don't know.
And
I'm not saying it didn't happen, but I'm just saying it's always convenient. But this is what they do, is they wait for the opportune moment.
She said her security ushered her away and came and interfered, but wouldn't her security sat there and have held the man and called the police or something?
I mean, is her security still employed after that?
I don't know, but I'm saying like the story just kind of feels like it's not. And again, I'm not taking anything away from Bethenny. Jason did.
Yeah, I did. Sorry.
Yeah.
But I did. I'm just saying, from what we're used to from Bethenny is right away. There's no, I mean, you watch her on Shark Tank. She has a million questions within 30 seconds. It's like, boom. And she likes to talk about things right away, hash it out, get it done. So I just thought that maybe, that's interesting that people are saying that.
Yeah.
I
don't know. And then also, before we end up kind of cutting out of this too, I don't know how much of you guys have been following the Porsha Williams situation, but now he is wanting all of the receipts from 2022, all of the conversations with producers about the divorce, because she's apparently communicated about the divorce since 2022. And he's trying to insinuate that she was telling the producers, if they bring her back on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, she will have this built in as a storyline before she ever actually filed for divorce. So he's trying to prove that she orchestrated this whole thing. And she's claiming, and she's smart because she covered up her tracks, but she's claiming, no, I loved you. It wasn't until the moment of your immigration status being questioned and you having all of these different identities and these fraudulent, allegedly, businesses that I started questioning my love for you, and I can't trust you. So now he just filed for a restraining order against her, right? And she is coming back and she's saying that she wants him removed from the house because per her prenup, it says that he has 30 days to vacate the house. And he's saying, I'm not leaving the house. Call the police.
I think that was a mistake from the beginning.
Oh my God. It lasted 15 months.
Barely.
Have we lasted 15 months?
We've lasted 10 years.
I know, but married. Oh yeah, we have. Happy 15 months.
Oh, was it 15 months that we've been married? Hell yeah. We should have been married like 6 years ago. We were engaged for like 6 years.
It was a year in December, January, February, March. That's 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 months.
Good for us. We lasted longer than Porsha. And...
No, right, the same amount.
Oh, we lasted the same amount of time
as Porsha and Simon, except
it's always crazy to me how some of these ladies who we love so much, like, I'm so glad Porsha's coming back to Atlanta. I've been saying that for like how long? You've been saying that for how long?
I know.
This is what needed to happen. I'm really excited, but it's like, it's so funny. You have such this idea sometimes of these ladies that are just, it's really, it's a very,
what is it, Jay?
It's a very like elaborate painting of how you see these women, and then they pick someone like some of these men that they pick. And I'm like, you can have anyone you want. Like, where are you looking for men? Where? Like, what kind of? Not obviously most of the times she was looking for Fallon's man, but like in most times, it's like, I don't understand. Even Sutton, when she goes out on dates, I'm like, these are the men you're choosing to go on a date with, in your circle. That's like weird.
It's like the guys always get these really beautiful girls, and the girls always get these really ugly guys. Is that
Wait,
true?
and wait, in the Housewives
Yeah.
area? No, there's some really good looking house husbands.
Name 3.
Seth Marks,
Sergio.
Aaron Leachy's husband, Sergio, Caroline's husband.
Mhm.
Mauricio's a good looking guy. I'm
Mauricio's
not
a good
talking
looking guy.
about any of his actions. I'm talking about, there's some good looking house husbands. You can't name any?
I'm trying to think. In Miami. Oh, Gertie's husband.
Russell. Yeah.
Orange County.
Orange County.
It'd probably be Eddie. Eddie
Yeah,
George.
Eddie. Are there any others?
No. It's definitely not John Jansen.
It's definitely not John Jansen, that's for sure.
Beverly Hills.
Beverly Hills.
No.
Potomac. I got to think about that one. Not Michael Darby.
Not Michael Darby.
No. Man, it goes down, doesn't it?
No.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
No,
yes, Michael, we do look at the chat. We see you. Don't worry.
Do I have Jason never look at the chat? It's Mikkel.
Oh, Mikkel. Sorry.
Yeah.
Michael.
Kim K getting sued for claiming she purchased designer furniture. Yeah, I know. I was just telling Jason about that the other day. Well, guys, we're getting ready to go. We have a few things that we have to do around the house, but I'm happy that we're going to be going into the next week because I'm ready for more drama to unfold. I think with it being the holiday, every time it's an award show or a holiday or a sports game, I don't care, Super Bowl something, then it's like the next day is just all about that. So today, if you look at page 6, it's all about Easter. And that's what it is.
It's all about Easter or some
Celebrity
foolish
Easter
news.
outfits.
Be careful with the news today, guys. We didn't give you nothing April Fools today. But I have a question for the live chat right now, but also people who are on the replay crew, comment below. Do you think Vanderpump Villa will fill the void of Vanderpump Rules? As an essence of like, do you think it's going to be better than Vanderpump Rules because we're going to be watching how Vanderpump Rules started? Vanderpump Villa, but in a different capacity, It's Lisa Vanderpump has all these kids
like
working
a more
for
glamorous, old school Vanderpump Rules?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Do you think it'll be successful, or do you think it's going to be like Overserved or one of her other shows that Vanderpump Dogs that didn't really take off, that didn't really get any notoriety? I'm seeing a lot of nope,
but I'm seeing a lot of yes.
That's true. I'm excited for. I want to go watch it. I want to see how, because to me it's kind of like accumulation of Vanderpump Rules old school meets like Below Deck, in a French villa. You have different guests that come all the time. I think it's going to be spectacular. Below Deck is the #1 show on Bravo, usually, not lately, but usually the #1 show on Bravo. And that's because we change out the guests all the time. We get to see how this thing happens, and bringing Lisa Vanderpump, who is like the captain of the ship, and watching these interchangeable guests, I think could be really fun. I think it could.
Okay.
It kind of compares.
So we're going to be and when does that come out?
Vicky said, but trashier. That comes out today. Vanderpump Villa is out today. April 1st. Yep.
April 1st.
That is not an April Fool's joke.
It is not. Right.
Yeah. I'm very curious to see what people will say.
But it's really not an April Fool's joke.
Sarah said, I love Vanderpump Dogs. I think Incredible Anyway asked, is it already up or is it on tonight? I'm not sure. So maybe someone else in the live chat will know. But very curious. Very curious.
All right, guys. Well, we have other things that we have to go take care of really quick. So thank you so much for everyone who joined us. We have almost 700 people in the room. We love you guys. Happy April. Go pull your April Fools, and we will see you. Literally, I'll see you on Wednesday for Vanderpump Rules recap. Smash that like button. Bye.
Have a good week. Bye.